We don't actually know what Frontier would be as a format because there weren't really competitive events for it. And I know places ran 1Ks and stuff like that, but like running a couple of 1Ks a couple of times doesn't. Look at this. Look at what a fantastic way to start. Oh baby. Oh baby. Well, this one we're keeping. I'm keeping this one. And we're gonna lose, and someone's gonna be like, well, you should have mulliganed, and I'm gonna be like, that's too bad, because we're keeping it. This is a hand I would love to keep. The question is, if I see a land on top, do I skip doing this on one? I don't think so. I think I just fetch regardless. Yeah, I'm gonna top that. I'm gonna search for tomorrow on one. Yeah, that's why I said with the ban list, right? Like you just like ban the things that shouldn't exist. Yeah, that was the other thing about Frontier. When they created Frontier, they did with Frontier what they did with Modern, which is they drew this really arbitrary line in the sand. God, fetched a Stomping Ground playing against Burn. I deserve this. My body's ready to miss my land drop. Yep. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, who's ready to die? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you're ready to die. We have like 2 sideboard cards for this matchup, I believe. We've got like... Yep. Do they not have a second land either? That would be so good for us. There's a Farseek on top of our deck. I did ask for this, you're not wrong. Would love to cast this. Man, if we were +2 life, we'd probably be pretty well off here. It's your second Prismatic. You know what's great? Drawing the second Prismatic Omen. That's what feels great. Things that feel good for 100. Yeah, 1 land is way better for them than it is for us, though. How many lands are in this deck? Are there like 25? There's 27 lands in this deck? Holy crap. Now I feel really good about our keep and how unlucky we are. And they drew a second land before we did. Oh, variance games are great. Nothing makes you appreciate the variance that Hex removes from Magic like playing games like that. Nothing makes you appreciate the variance that Hex reduces from Magic like playing games like that one right there. Alright, so what are we doing here? What are we doing here? I want the Lightning Bolts and I want the Baloths here, obviously. Wood Elves is probably bad. Am I supposed to cut some amount of this top end? I feel like I'm supposed to cut some amount of this top end. I don't think, so like, this is like a really easy sideboarding mistake to make, right? So, I don't think the Khalni Heart Expeditions, that makes sense. And leave these in. So, Engineered Explosives on 1 looks like it would have been good that game, right? That being said, most draws out of the Burn deck don't look like what my opponent just did that game. Their deck, on average, has between 8 and 12 1-drops. And if you see Wild Neck Huddle, it might be worth bringing in Engineered Explosives or Sweltering Suns, but they probably don't have more than that. So I don't think you actually want to bring in things like Sweepers against a deck that only has 12 creatures. I agree that the keep was fine. Again, it's just, you know, that's variance. Magic has variance. And when you're playing with a typewriter, you can't do digital things like reduce variance nicely. Good clean living. So, fun fact. If you put 27 resources in your Hex deck, your 7 will always have 2 resources in it. 2 to 6. Always have 2 to 6 because it's just no ramp spells in this. This is a keep. This is certainly a keep. I'm going to bottom that. I think I want a ramp spell that costs less than 5. Go. Yeah, Magic's fine. It's like bad Hex. If you're into that sort of thing. I can't wait to see how far Hex ramps up their organized play. Like, we went from no cash events midway last year to 5Ks every other month to 1Ks every weekend to 1Ks twice a weekend. Opponent kept a one-lander again. Good stuff, opponents. Jeff, 12 post versus... the Shadowborn Apostle deck cashed its league, and 12 post didn't win a match. So I'm pretty sure we could just go based on the results and say the Shadowborn Apostle is awesome. No, Magic and Hex differ in some really important ways, like, really aggressive decks and cheesy combo decks are much better at Magic than they are in Hex, because in Hex you get to make educated mulliganing decisions when you're playing fair decks. We're gonna lose this game, aren't we? I feel like we're gonna lose this game. They're just, like, never gonna draw a second land of the die anyways. Having paper cards is fun for playing casually. Playing competitively, having to, like, make sure people aren't cheating is really frustrating. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, the good news is they're dead next turn. I have some good news, and I have some good news. No, wait, oh, God. Oh, they're not dead. Please play a shock land. I'm used to the burn deck having damaged itself. I probably should have gotten a mountain there because we actually needed... Oh, please shock yourself. Please shock yourself. Nice forested. I think we're probably still dead even if we got the mountain there. Like, we'll see. We're going to 5 here, and we're just going to get Bolt next turn. We get 2 Stomping Grounds here. Stomping Ground, Stomping Ground. Shoot you. Shoot you. So if I would have gotten another mountain last turn, I still wouldn't have been able to do anything. Yeah, we're definitely killing the idiot. That's fine. We're dead. They're gonna, like, play 2 spells and kill us, but... Are we not dead? That's so weird. I'm really not used to not being dead. Why don't we just, like, double bolt us in response to this trigger? So I'm gonna get 2 mountains here. So that way we don't die to Deflecting Palm. This is fine because we drew the Sakura-Tribe Elder. I guess I could have also gotten Valakut Mountain. Kill you? Ooh, winner, winner, chicken dinner. We beat the opponent to Mr. Second Land Drop. What a skill game. Man, watching that game play out, I feel like I'm not supposed to cut this. No. No, if they tried to palm the Titan there, I cracked the Sakura-Tribe Elder in response. You just kill them with the Sakura-Tribe Elder before anything happens. Oh, you mean they could have palmed? No, palming the Valakut doesn't do anything. I just feel like I have too much top end, basically. I don't actually know. So, this is our first time playing this. This feels like I have too much top end. I didn't make any decisions with this deck. I copy and pasted a deck off the internet because I am a dirty, filthy net decker. What do you want? Yeah, Khalni for hour doesn't seem unreasonable. Let's do that. You want Tayo? No. You want Y? Little Einsteins? Okay, it's going. It's going. It seems great, right? It's got a Tribe Elder on 2 and do a Baloth on 3. More to Dero. For those who are unfamiliar with like learning new decks and testing competitive things, you should always start by copying and pasting something that someone else has done. You shouldn't assume that you're going to pick up a deck for the first time and like know better than the person that's been playing it. Those are good draws. Bolt that one. But I mean, like, we have top end. We have Scapeshift. And, like, Colony Heart is basically top end. It, like, gets you a bunch more lands to kill people with. Minimizing the way you can get unlucky and lose games is just good gameplay. Stevo Bandito, get in there. Because I didn't have to discard a card. I had 9 cards in my hand because the Goblin guy drew me a land the previous turn. Some of these decks play Chalice. Sweet. Them tapping out is great for us. It means we get to resolve this Baloth. Man, who told me to cut Hour of Promise? That would be way better than this Colony Heart Expedition here. Lol. L-O-L. There's Path to Exiles in your deck right now? Sure. Sure. Yeah, we're gonna lose this game, aren't we? Ten out of 10 going to lose this game. 4, 8, 9. Alright, let's crack this fetch and hope for the best. Alright. Titan kills them here too, so you've got 7 draws to kill them. That'll do, pig! Well, you can see the part here where we very clearly outplayed our opponent by drawing our Scapeshift on the last turn. Oh, wait. This is how many lands? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I should do this first. Magic is hard. Good morning, Jeff. I'm looking to build Tron. I'm looking for which build? Green-black Tron. Best Tron. How many mountains are in this deck? GG's, opponent. GG's. You gonna make me click through it? Because I'm about to figure out how many mountains are in my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 mountains. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us here this morning. If you're new, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a TCG player and content producer. You've landed here at my Twitch channel or hanging out playing some Magic the Gathering this morning. If you're enjoying what you see, please hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps other people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see, please consider subscribing on Twitch or becoming a patron on Patreon. Those all support me directly so I can spend more time producing content and less time doing other things. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors, mtgotraders.com. We'll love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. If you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout there, you'll save 8% on your singles orders with them. CoolStuffInc.com sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. If you use code Jeff5 at checkout at CoolStuffInc.com, you'll save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles. InkedGaming.com can help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12 at their website, you can save 12% on your orders of custom sleeves and mouse pads and playmats. You can use your own artwork or choose from their wide selection of awesome stuff. And finally, SpareDeck.com offers kind of a unique service. Let's say you would like to Titan shift some opponents, but you don't own the deck. You can rent any physical, standard, or modern deck from SpareDeck.com, and you can rent it for a weekend or up to an entire month. And use code Hoagland7 to save 7% on all of your rentals from them. Anywho, we are on the play for this next game here. How many one-landers are we going to look at in our 27-land deck? How many one-landers? All I want to do is not look at one-landers in 7. This 6 is very good, and we will keep. I'm testing for several SCG Open events this year. Is the best testing at MTGO competitive leagues the way to go? I don't actually, so when I was playing a lot of Paper Magic, I don't actually think playing on Magic Online is very good competitive testing. The best way you can get testing for a given event is to test the deck you are playing against a gauntlet of other decks that you expect to actually play against. A lot of people, especially on Magic Online, $12 isn't a lot to a lot of people, or $8 or whatever the leagues cost, and they're just gonna play whatever. And they have budget decks and stuff like that. Ideally, you want to be playing your deck against optimal other decks against players that you know are reasonable Magic players. So you want to say to your friends, "Hey, can we go test this together?" etc., etc. You ever tried Clash Royale? Looks like a great game with an awful monetization model. Well, there's a lot of cash grabby games that seem like they have reasonable gameplay but have a really miserable monetization model. So no, I've not tried it, but that description fits a lot of games today. And people ask me about Hearthstone and Test Legends and Eternal. It's well, the game seems sweet, but I'm not giving them $500 to play them. So good try, good try. My body is ready to regret all of our life decisions that have led to playing Sweltering Suns over Anger of the Gods. That being said, we're actually in a pretty good spot here, right? We get to go Wood Elves into Prismatic Omen into Hour of Promise over the next 2 turns. The fact that we gave them a target for their Dark Blast is pretty awkward, because they're going to get to kind of start dredging now. $200. You could buy 3, not count them, not 1, not 2, but 3 AAA video games for $200. $200 is, no, it's not. Magic, your money's not just gone. In Hearthstone and Eternal and these other games, those games, they're making money hand over fist because when you put your money into the system, you're never getting that money back out. If I buy a Magic Online deck, do you know how much money I get back out of that Magic Online deck? I get... Alright, let's be reasonable here. You can get, like, easily 80% of the money you put back in. So if you spend $200 on a Magic Online deck, you can get, like, $160 to $180 back out on demand with little to no work. You can't do that in Hearthstone or these other cash-grabbing CCGs. Like, they're there. They know you're going to quit playing at some point, and they don't want you to be able to cash out. They want to take all of the money that you've given them and keep it. Because they know that their games are going to bust. Alright, Hearthstone's probably not going to bust, but like all the ones that mimic the Hearthstone model, most of those will die eventually. And I get that, like, you're saying that you should play games because you enjoy them, and, like, if $200 is nothing to you, and, like, you got $200 worth of enjoyment out of playing that video game, like, what the until end of turn, creatures you control gain menace, and when this deals damage... What? The action... Is this a thing? We were gonna win this game. We were gonna win this. I do regret it now because they made the game board. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, we were doing so well. We had a chance. Pepper, remember the time we were going to try our hardest? And now we're dead. And now we're dead. Yep. Well, the Hour of Promise was about to be really good. I guess I'm holding that for free draw Valakut. They were actually dead to this, right? Like, Our Promise was going to get 2 Valakuts, and then, yeah. So if we didn't discard our hand there, they were dead next turn. Scapeshift is also lethal now. We're playing Suns on the side, because that's the deck list we copied. And, like, again, going back to the CCG rant, like, if you got enjoyment out of your CCG, like, you should play it. Like, right? Like, they have a conflagger. Wait. Well, we were dead to this before they played the land. Are we dead to something else? Oh, they have life from the lobe. Sure. Alright, they were gonna die anyways. And so, like, these couple of matches of Magic that we've played have, like, reminded me why... I think I'm still supposed to bring this in here. Why I don't typically play... Like, there's a reason why this is the first time I've ever played a deck like this. Like, this deck... Like, people give Tron a lot of crap for, like, being kind of brainless. Like, Tron has a lot of decisions in it. Like, this deck is basically one goal, and you do it, and you race to it, and when your one goal isn't good enough, you just, like, fall over and die. Right? Could you imagine if we had 4 relics in our main deck? Am I supposed to bring in Sweltering Suns? Is that good? It's probably not good enough, right? What's the cut here? Just like these two? I'm gonna cut those two. Because they're gonna bring in discard post board, so I think we need this threat density at our top end once they have collected brutalities. At some point today, we are gonna start a game and have a keepable 7. At some point today, we're gonna start a game and have a keepable 7. Keep. Cut Scapeshift for Urza lands and card, right? Yeah, and again, like, we're mostly playing Modern because, like, it's kind of a popular format. No, we're playing Modern because it's a popular format. This is the most popular competitive format in Magic, for whatever reason. Nope, zero plans to play. Do you play Paper Magic events anytime soon? I make way more money playing in digital events than in paper events. Like 10 out of 10. It's kind of unreal how much more. This current standard format seems sweet. It's just like it's rotating, right? So like I don't really have anything to work towards, so like why am I going to do anything with it? Alright, so we got... I should have put a stop during their draw step. To tag these blood gas. Now we're going to get beat down by these. It's going to feel bad. No, I'm not doing that either, JW. Yeah, like, I can play a Hex 1K every Saturday. I can play a Magic Online Challenge event every Saturday and Sunday. Like... responding to the triggers doesn't do anything. They played a fetch land. I should have put a stop during their draw step. So that way when I saw they had blood gas, I could have popped this in response, or during their draw step before they had a chance to play a fetch land. I'm just going to blow this up at this point. I think we need some actual action. Well, we have a backup Scapeshift. That might have been a little aggressive with the Relic. So this search is coming off next turn. So if I draw a Search or a Wood Elf or like a Farseek, I can kill them with Scapeshift next turn. Did you send them an email like you're supposed to, Trax? They always responded fairly quickly to me. I don't know how much later. I need to figure out. So, like, Jake gets home from school at 11:45 now, so I have to be out front to pick him up off the bus. So, we're not going to be doing a long, consistent stream, but I might get him off the bus, feed the kids lunch, and then do something. There's a Driven to Despair here. Prismatic Omen, that's lethal, right? Yeah. Forest, mountain, stomping ground. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the nice thing about this deck. You don't run out of mountains, which is wonderful. When you play like classic control Scapeshift, you can often run out of mountains. A bit. Yeah, I think, honestly, even if we end up doing well in this league, I don't think we're going to play this deck again. I really just don't enjoy the play patterns of this style of deck. Like, I play TCGs in order to, like, be mildly interactive, and, like, this deck is everything but that. Prismatic Omen. This hand's very good. It doesn't have a it doesn't have a relic in it, but like as far as like ignore our opponent, implement our linear game plan go. Huh. Alright, yeah, I guess we'll just do that. I think we have like 93% eclipse visibility where I'm at. Some kind of number like that sounds correct. That's pretty good. Double imp. I don't understand why people enjoy playing. We're probably not gonna play more Modern this week. I don't get it. Why do you have to? You're gonna tell me that Summer Bloom is too good. You're gonna tell me that Stoneforge Mystic and Bloodbraid Elf are too strong for Modern. But this is turn 2, and my opponent has 10 power in play. It's turn 2. Dredge is fine. Dredge is fine. Magic. I had my hate card on one. Just play more Dredge hate, right? Play more Dredge hate. Turn 1 Relic of Progenitus. Nice deck, nerd. Just didn't matter. Didn't matter. Magic is fun. Modern is interactive. Oh, we're gonna draw another relic. How lucky. How lucky. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Burn through the rest of this league. If you enjoy Modern, you're gonna want to avoid this channel for a while after this. We're gonna be playing Legacy. That format in Magic where I get to be interactive and yet not get punished for it. This seems okay, right? Until we die on turn 3. And again, like even the game, yeah, but like Modern's a format where like it's a format full of people nut drawing each other, right? Like I'm hoping to kill my opponent on turn 3 or turn 4 every game. Like that's just how it is. That's what the format is. Ooh, someone being kind of fair and interactive. Dredge isn't good in Legacy. Yeah, excellent. The kind of fair deck that's going to kill us on their 4th turn, probably. They'll cast Collected Company and we'll die. I mean, this hand was fine, I think, right? Like... Stop it. Manaless Dredge is not better than LED Dredge. I get that you're arguing that like one unplayable deck is marginally better than a different unplayable deck, but they're both pretty terrible. But LED Dredge is definitely more powerful than Manaless. Just like Manaless Dredge just like concedes to a bunch of different board cards that can never beat them. Well, we'd have killed them on our turn 5. I guess I'm doing that. Am I supposed to bring in Baloth too? That just seems like way too much interaction. Such interaction, much wow. Maybe these aren't good enough. These are a little clunky. Yeah, a Rex Sage. They could have, I don't think Rex Sage is good enough. They probably have Magus of the Moon, not actual. So, like, these are good for killing Magus. Sweltering Suns. Alright, let's just leave him bolt in a couple hour, promise. Especially on the play, like, let's be linear. Pretty easy mulligan there. 10 seems okay, like, not exciting, but fine. I think that's a top. I don't think that's strictly true. In fact, I think this is actually a perfect example of, like, a matchup where you might bring in Sweltering Suns but not want it. Like, you could draw it, but, like, it doesn't put you not dead on board, so you would rather cycle it and try and hit something like Scapeshift to kill them. I don't think that's unreasonable at all. Let's play this Valakut, the Molten Pinnacle here. And again, like, I don't have an educated opinion one way or another, anger versus not. I do know that the Kitchen Finks Counter Company deck and Dredge have both not been particularly popular decks in the format. So, like, if those decks, we don't expect those decks to be good, it's probably not unreasonable to not be playing it. To not be playing anger. Am I supposed to get mountains here? So if I get a mountain here, and then I play the Cinder Glade, and the next turn I can Titan and start shooting stuff down. So yeah, I should probably get a Stomping Ground. And then I can do this. Oh, I can actually crack this and shoot two of their things here, right? That seems great. I'm interested in Hearthstone. No, not really. Hearthstone doesn't have reasonable cash tournaments that I can play on demand, and I'm not really interested in dumping $500 into a CCG to be competitive. Yeah, we killed him with Scapeshift next turn. That's correct. So we might as well contain their board here. Rogue0071 with the 14-month resubscription. Thank you very much, and thank you for the continued support. I do appreciate it. Ghost Quarter doesn't do anything here. One, two, three, four, five, six. I have 13 mountains, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, so I have 7 left, so this is lethal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not even true. Look at a lot of the people that transition from streaming Magic to streaming Hearthstone. Like, people talk about Hearthstone being so much more popular than these other games, and really, like, a lot of the really large Hearthstone streamers have either transitioned from other games where they already had an audience, like Brian Kibler, or they've been there for forever. Like, it takes time and work to build up an audience in anything. And yes, I agree. If had I been streaming Hearthstone for 2 years from now, like, that's fine. But again, like, even when you're making, like, Hearthstone style money, like, I don't really enjoy the gameplay of Hearthstone. So, like, if I'm going to make, you know, let's say even Made was going to make 60 or 70 grand a year from streaming Hearthstone, like, if I'm not enjoying the game I'm playing, I might as well just, like, go get a software development job making, you know, $80,000 or $90,000 a year. That's more money. I'm not going to have fun with it. Alright, I want the Sweltering Suns on the draw, I think. The Khalni Heart Expedition seemed really good. I don't think we're ever cutting those. Same thing with the Prismatic Omens. Wood Elves is an okay blocker. I'm gonna trim the Summoner's Pact. They might have some stupid, like, even Mind Sensor, too. I'm trim one more Hour of Promise. I'm supposed to trim some Farseeks. I'm gonna leave some ways to kill them in my deck. We played a Prismatic Omen. We just died the game that we played Prismatic Omen. Or have we not? Has anyone been counting? I feel like we should be counting how many one-landers we've been mulliganing. Fuck it. Let's keep. There's 27 lands in our deck. Oh. Ding! Fries are done. Jonas Bra! With the brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. And next level of support. Y'all are the reason I'm able to do what I do. Thank you and welcome. We won the first match in this league. Remember, we beat the burn deck because we skillfully drew our Scapeshift on the last turn? If we draw fetch land here, we could be okay. They bring in Burrington Forge Tender to protect from cards like Anger of the Gods and Sweltering Suns. That's why they bring in Forge Tender. They don't bring it in because it stops Valakut. They bring it in because it stops Sweepers. Gosh, my body is ready to die. Double Lieutenant, kill us. Is Double Lieutenant lethal? It might be. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, double lieutenant is only 12. That makes sense. It's +6 on a board where they have 6. Your player comes from competitive Magic. The competitive decks range, the tier 1 decks range between 50 and 150 bucks, depending on what they are. There's budget decks that are cheaper than that. If you check out this page here, I've got some budget decks that are. That's funny. I finally have a 2-year subscriber badge in my own stream. Remember that time we just needed to draw a fetch land and we could kill them and we didn't? If we drew a fetch land, this might have gotten us. We didn't, so we're dead. Alright, 1 and 2. Excellent. Excellent. That was my fault. We should have mulliganed that hand. We would have mulliganed to do another unkeepable 6. And again, if I was less value-oriented, I would just concede this league. And be done with it, because I'm not really enjoying myself. No, I'm not putting this deck list on Tapped Out. It'll go on the YouTube video underneath when I archive it after the fact. But this deck isn't enjoyable, and I'm not putting it in my decks page. Well, not very secretly, right? Alright, actually, you know what? I'm gonna, for the last hour today, I'm gonna play a game that I enjoy. Let's play some Hex.